I'm going to do a video today on my health update. Now, I've actually been asked, hold on, can't see with these. I've actually been asked to do an update on my health to see what's been going on. So, I'm gonna tell you, everything is actually doing really fantastic now. But a couple of years ago, it wasn't. As maybe you've seen, I didn't post a video, but I posted a comment about catching M.R.S.A. It's not an STD. I mean, I asked the nurse where in the hell I get this, and she said, I could have caught it from the bus. I mean, just grabbing, public transit bus, just grabbing onto the pole. Well, my problem was that I took another drug holiday. Bad me. I shouldn't have done that. It had only been 7 months, but before my drug holiday, my viral load was undetectable, and my CD4 count was, I think, around 220 or something like this. So I wasn't doing too bad. So I decided, okay, I'm getting tired of the meds. I'll take another break from it. Well, what happened was 7 months later, one morning, I woke up with a sore shoulder, and I thought maybe I just slept in the wrong position. Well, so I turned around, I took some Tylenol for the pain, did nothing. Took a nice hot shower, like really hot, because it kind of relaxed the muscles, did nothing. I turned around, massaged it, did nothing. I let it go on for the whole day, and I noticed during the day, the shoulder was getting worse, and my right knee was actually bothering me. So I was like, oh man, this is killing me. So I decided to, go up to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. I told them I have AIDS, and they turned around and they asked me what my counts were. I told them. So they thought nothing of it. I mean, that was the best that I knew of. So they put me in just for, do observation. The next day, they did some blood work, and then the next day they came back and they removed me from the room. I was sharing the room with another guy. Because I don't have private insurance, so it's not a private room. It was just the two of us. So but they turned around and they removed me and put me in isolation. I was thinking, what is this? I'm being discriminated because I have AIDS or something? Well, it wasn't that at all. What it was I had caught M.R.S.A, which is supposed to be very contagious. I was like, what? What the hell is that? And it's something like methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus, something like that, some funny name like that. It is a antibiotic resistant bacteria that I got in, and it got into my blood, infecting my blood, so it kind of gave me an infection. Got into my right knee, my left shoulder, which I had to have a surgery. I don't know if you can see it, but a big ass scar right across here. I had staples in my shoulder and everything else, and it also got into one of the valves of my heart. So this thing was essentially killing me. So they put me on antibiotics, and a week later, nothing. There was no improvement. Things were just getting worse. So the infectious diseases specialist, I was talking to her, and I told her I'd been taking a drug holiday, and she goes, well, she goes, how long? I said 7 months. I said, my viral load was undetectable, and the last time something like that happened, it took a year and a half before I was in bad shape. So she said, she asked me permission, because they have to, at least here they have to, whether or not she could do a viral load and CD4 count. So I said, all right. She got the results about a week later or something. Usually, it takes a couple weeks, but she got them fast. And apparently, holy crap, my viral load went up from, it was undetectable 7 months before, and now it was up to 400,000. I was like, what the hell? And my CD4 count went from 230, and now it's down to 24. So it was the HIV that was preventing the antibiotics from actually working. And I was just like, okay. So she put me on a new regimen. I went on that, and within 5 days, the antibiotics started working again. I was in the hospital for a total of 2 months. Believe me, that sucked. And in isolation the whole time. So I couldn't leave my room. The only time I could leave my room was to go either for MRIs, which I hate. I had about 4 or 5 of them there, and that stupid in your ear, it drove me nuts. I had a bunch of CT scans done, X-rays done. It was just test after test, besides all the blood work every day. Sometimes the nurses were showing up 2 o'clock in the morning to draw blood. I'm trying to sleep. Oh my goodness, it drove me nuts. Anyway, so I got out of the hospital, and I had to continue wearing a pump. And every 6 hours, I was on the antibiotics we were pumping in. Well, this one specific antibiotic, I had to keep it in my fridge. And I had a nurse coming every single day, and it was a guy nurse. He gave me another antibiotic, made sure I got that, and then he would out, just making sure everything was okay. So I was on the antibiotics for about 2 months after I left the hospital, and then continued. They did swab tests later on to see whether or not I still had the M.R.S.A, and I didn't. And so I was 6 months later, I did it again, didn't, and my health got better from there. But I shouldn't have taken a drug holiday, so you know what I mean? I won't do that again. The doctor told me, she goes, no more drug holidays. I said, no more. I mean, I'm not going to do this again. It's not like I'm an idiot and I didn't learn the first time. It's just, I figured, my system was up strong enough, and you get tired of taking meds, right? So I thought, all right, I could take a little break. Well, sorry, my CD4 count wasn't strong enough to be able to do such a thing. So, so after that, I mean, my health got better. I actually gained a lot of weight. I went from, say, I don't know, after the cancer, after I got out of the hospital from the cancer, I was about maybe $115 at the time, and as of today is I believe February the 5th, 2016. As of December of 2014, I was 195 pounds. I was like, what the crap? I've never been that heavy. I mean, the heaviest I was ever been was $150, soaking wet. So. As time's gone by now, even last May 2015, I was still way up. My waist was like a 38. So I was like, what? I felt big. Anyway, so the summer came. I did a lot of walking. Did a little bit of exercise, I guess you would say that way. And a couple weeks ago, I went to try the pants on that I wore. My daughter did a little concert for her school here downtown, and that's when I was wearing the 38 waist. Well, I went to try those on a couple weeks ago, and they fell off. I have a pair of shorts here with still all the tags on it and everything else brand new, 34 waist, and yeah, those fit snug. I was like, yes. So I put myself on the scale and I checked out my weight, $165. I lost 30 pounds in just like a year. So I was like, all right, I still want to lose more. I want to lose about another good 15 pounds. I want to get myself down to $150. I'm very comfortable with that weight. But I'm not too weight now. I just have a bit of a belly. And really what caused all the weight was Christmas of 2014. I had my kids here and all this. And I ate a lot of cream cheese. Besides the Christmas dinner, I ate a lot of cream cheese. And within a couple months, I had really gained a lot of weight. So, now I'm glad that I'm losing it, and things are back to normal, and no more drug holidays. Not for me. No, thank you. This is the last one. I learned my lesson. M.R.S.A. isn't even an STD. It's just down the States. I know they have it it's very common, but here it's not. I know they don't isolate you down there, but up here they do, and it just about killed me. I couldn't believe it. Never heard of this. I asked the nurse, I said, how in the hell did I catch this? She goes, it's grabbing the pole on the bus. She goes, it's very common. Oh, really? She goes, the question that we have is, how did they get into your bones? Because I had, on my right knee, sure, I have my shoulder here, I had a big ball of pus removed, okay, so there's the scar, all staples and everything else. But on my right knee, I'll see if I can show it to you, but on my right knee, there's a huge scar, like from here to here, and in 1 month I had to have 5 surgeries on the same surgery done 5 times, because the doctor would do it 5-6 days later, the knee would swell right back up. Clean it out 5 to 6 days later, swell back up and big, and he did this 5 times. So it was incredible, but finally it was all cleared up and everything went away. So really that's my update. Keep the comments coming, and I'm going to post a couple more videos, including this one. And thanks for subscribing. I wasn't expecting the subscribers. I was expecting more views, but I do appreciate all of it. All right, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later.